band Dead Parade, and I'm going to teach you Nirvana's cover of The Man Who Sold the World from the Unplugged session. Alright, so this one is tuned down a half step, and there is a lot of, I guess, detail to this one, a lot more room for the bass to play, so I'm not going to cover this in quite as much detail as I usually do, so if you'd like the tabs, just email me and you'll get all the details that way. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, the first 4 bars of the song, and I'm talking about not just the bass but everything in general, we're resting for the first 2 bars. We're going to do like a little F, you know, it's just, it might have been like a mistake entrance, or it's something they did intentionally, whatever. Just play a low F, and then you're resting for the next bar, and then we pretty much come in with our full bass line. So the next 4 bars sound like this. Alright, so what we have, the guitar is playing an F major chord to a D minor, so we're basically playing, you know, bass material over those 2 chords. That makes sense. So first measure here. Alright, next measure. So basically a chromatic walk down at the end there to our D root note. So that's going to hold out for 6 beats, and then we're going to do another open D note, and then a ghost note E that's going to lead us into our verse progression. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the verse is I'm going to play the whole thing, and then I'm going to kind of break it down chord by chord as far as what he's doing. Alright, so here we go. So that's it. The first 2 chords that we're going to have, that we're playing over, we have 2 measures of an A major chord and then 2 bars of a D minor chord. So here's what he plays over the A chord. I'll do it slowly and then back up to tempo. Alright, so back up to tempo. Alright, here's what he plays over the D minor chord. And I'll do this slowly at first. Alright, so now up to tempo. Alright, next measure, we're back to A for 2 measures, and then we have an F chord after that for 2 measures. So here we go. Slowly, 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, now for the next 2 bars, we're to a C chord, so I'll play those 2 bars for you. Alright, so slowly now. The next 2 measures are kind of interesting. We have a bar of 4/4, then a bar of 2/4 to accommodate the vocal and the rhythm of the lyrics. So we have this. Alright, so he's just playing over an A chord, and the verse ends with our D minor chord. So I'll show you those 2 bars. So just, you know, arpeggiating with a D5 power chord there. Alright, so let's move on and check out the chorus. Alright, so Pretty simple what's going on here. For the first 3 measures, we're just going straight up the C Mixolydian mode in 8th notes. So what that is, if you don't know this, it's 3-5 on your 3rd string. Then we're going to do 2-3-5 on the next string and 2-3-5 on the next string. Alright, so then you're going to do that 2 more times. Then what we're going to do is go straight up the F major scale. So, alright, so that is 1-3, next string is O-1-3, and the next string is O-2-3. Then we're playing over a D flat chord, and we have this. So D flat, F, D flat, just an arpeggio. Then we're back to that F major scale measure, back to C Mixolydian, back to F major, then back to our D flat arpeggio. And then we, when the guitar plays an A chord, we're playing this A at the 7th fret. Alright, so let's see what happens next. So after that sustained A note, we're going to hold that for 2 bars, and then to the root note of the next chord, which is D minor, so we're going to do that on our 1st string. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to go back and you're going to repeat the verse. We're going to go into the chorus, but the chorus ends slightly different here as it's a little bit extended, and we're going to be going into the next part of the song. Alright, so the way that the chorus transitions here is we're going to have the A for 2 bars, the D for 2 bars like we normally do, and then it basically goes back into the chorus, and we have this. We have the bar of C Mixolydian, the bar of F, the bar of D flat, that arpeggio, back to the bar of F, bar of C Mixolydian, bar of F, D flat measure. And then here, we're going back to the A and holding that for 2 measures. And then we're going to do the D note, but here we're going to do like a slightly different ending to transition into like the outro and guitar solo section. So I will play that and then sort of transition into the outro for you. So that's, kind of how the outro is going. So he's just basically arpeggiating your D5 up here. And then the chord progression for the outro is an F to A chord, or sorry, an F to a D minor chord. So here's what he plays, first 2 measures of the outro. So just playing, some root and 5th, chromatic approach, back to the root. I'll walk down to your D chord there. Alright, so over the D minor chord, this is what he's playing. So slowly now. So there's some open D to open A notes in there, so you're going to need to do some muting with your left hand so you're not getting, this muddy sort of overlap with the notes. Okay, let's check out the next 4 bars of the outro. So now we are to the A chord for 2 bars and then a D minor for 2 bars. So this is played like this. Alright, so slowly now, I'll do just the first 2 bars. Alright, and the next 2 bars slowly. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, so again, do some muting with open strings. Next 2 bars, we have this. So basically what he did at the beginning, and then the bars of D minor. This time we have this. Alright, let's check out the next 4 bars. the next 4 bars, we are back to the A chord to the D minor chord. So the first bars of the A chord are this. With that same walk up that we had there. So at this point, he's pretty much repeating his bass line. So, you know, and then over the D minor, he's going to do the same thing I showed you before, and then the same thing over the F. How it ends. So just approaching our final F root note there. So I'm guessing a lot of you would like the tabs, will like the tabs for this one. So just email me. My email address is in the description. And as usual, you know, please check out my band Dead Parade if you haven't already. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys around for plenty more lessons. All right, thanks a lot for watching.